Good evening, Laura. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Good.
So how's your day been going?
Um, Pretty good. I just started that new job, working at that camp,
Okay.
and it's okay. Kind of hitting a few bumps in the road, but I really like the kids, so it's pretty good.
Okay, good. So I know that there are some things that you wanted to talk about pertaining to the camp and some of your experiences.
Yeah.
And so I would like to hear more about the experiences that you've had thus far with the camp.
Yeah. Well, like I told you, working with a bunch of kids, we work with them during the day, and we actually stay in their cabins at night as well. It's me and then 12 other kids. That's kind of what I wanted to talk to you about. My friend Michael, he helped me get the job. He's a great guy, but I've noticed lately that he's leaving the cabin at night. But he's my friend, and so I don't know if I should say anything to him, but he's leaving kids unsupervised, and he got me this job, so I don't really know if it's my place to say anything or not.
So it kind of sounds like you're a little concerned about Michael's work ethic thus far at the camp and him leaving students or small children unattended to.
Yeah, definitely. It's our job to stay in there. I just keep thinking if something happened to one of the kids and he wasn't there and there weren't any counselors. But do I talk to him about it? Do I talk to my boss about it? Because I kind of tried to bring it up, but he just said it's not a big deal. I've worked here longer than you, and I don't know. It doesn't seem right to me as a counselor to be okay with that.
Right. So, what are some things that Michael has done that's kind of bringing up some of the emotions that you're having of being concerned and sort of worried about what's been happening thus far with the experience?
Well, we're supposed to leave our cars in the slot all week while campers are there, and I've seen him sneak out at night and go over to the lot. I don't know where he's been going, but I know that he's been leaving. It makes me kind of nervous for the safety thing, and sometimes he's where he says he's going to be, and sometimes he's not. I don't want to talk bad about him because he's my friend. He got me this job. I'm grateful. I really am, but I don't think it's okay. I feel like it's putting me in a weird place because I owe it to him because he's the reason I got this job, but he's not doing what he's supposed to be doing and is maybe putting kids in danger.
So I can imagine, the feeling that you may be having of, being loyal to someone who helped you get a job, who you may consider a friend, but also maybe some misbehaving or unethical issues at the job that you're seeing while you're still trying to be loyal to your friends. So that can kind of seem as, sort of a misleading, on your end of trying to be a good worker and do the right thing, but also be loyal to a coworker that you're working with.
Right, and it just gets more complicated in that he's the boss's kid. So I need to keep this camp job, and what if by me talking to the director of the camp, it's his son, who's he going to side with, me or his son? And I just don't know if I want to put my job in jeopardy because maybe nothing would ever happen with the kids. It's his business if he wants to go into town while they're sleeping. They're probably fine. There are probably other counselors around, but if I was a parent and that was my kid, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what to do. I really don't want to lose my job, though, over this.
So it sounds like you're really concerned about your job as well.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to lose your job. And again, the loyalty part as well, being loyal to Michael. But you also, again, have the concerns of the students that are a part of the camp. So how does that make you, how do you with that experience happening, how do you sort of sort all of that out in terms of what's important, the job, the safety of the students?
Yeah.
Um,
Well, when I said I wanted to be a counselor, I said that the campers were the main reason I was there. I signed papers saying that if I was putting a camper in danger, that I would, say something. And so I guess that's my main role. I know I could get another job if I needed to, and we only have a couple weeks left of camp. I think plus if this is the kind of camp director that would fire me over trying to keep a camper safe, then maybe it's a bigger issue. Maybe I should talk to somebody else higher up if that happens. I guess in the end, my main responsibility is to these kids.
So it sounds like your relationship with Michael is important.
Yeah, definitely. We've grown up together, and we've gone through hard stuff, we've gone through good stuff, and he really is a good guy. I don't know why he's deciding to do this. Maybe there's other stuff going on, but I don't want to throw away all those years of growing up together. And he's basically like family over this one thing, if that could end our friendship.
So it sounds like a lot has been going on at the camp in terms of loyalty with Michael, the friendship, but also the concern of the students, and also a concern of, what would happen in the end with the friendship if I decided to speak to someone higher up. Would we still be friends after this, especially after he helped you get the job?
Definitely. I am kind of having a harder time getting to know the other counselors there, and that's not real easy as it is. What if he got fired over this? I don't know that I know anybody else there as well as I know him. It's just a lot to deal with.
I can imagine that if Michael is one of the only friends you have there, and then you have other friends there or others who are working there that you're not as close with. So does that sound right? Like you're not as close with the other co-workers that are there?
Yeah, definitely. They grew up together. They've been going to this camp together since they were really little, and I just knew Michael. He's my contact at this camp, and it's kind of weird when they all hang out together on weekends, and I somehow always miss the memo. It's hard. It's hard working with all these people that I feel like they're really connected with each other, and I just have him. And if I do go through with talking to the director, I maybe wouldn't have him. Yeah.
Well, hopefully within our next session, we can talk about ways that you can kind of work with Michael in terms of, sort of maybe holding him accountable as a friend with the job, and, being able to express your concerns in terms of where he's sneaking off to. But we also will be able to talk about you sort of getting connected with some of the other coworkers that you have as well, so that you don't feel as lonely as you have been at the camp. Anything good going on at this point?
My campers I feel like I'm really connecting with them. As much as I don't feel like I have kind of that staff behind me, I do feel like I'm making a difference.
Okay.
And I have gotten positive feedback from parents. I feel like I'm doing a good job. The weekends are kind of the hardest time because that's when it's just counselors, and I don't necessarily have as much work to distract me with. But I feel like when it's just me and the campers there, they really get where I'm coming from, and it makes me feel really good about wanting to go into education later. Yeah, I feel like the kids get me and I get them, and I really do feel satisfied and fulfilled from doing that job.
Well, at our next session, we'll be able to talk about some of those strengths that you have with this job that you're doing now. So, thanks again for meeting with me.
Thank you.